Joseph Bologne, Chevalier de Saint-George, was a composer, conductor, violinist, champion fencer, and soldier, a well-known figure in Parisian society and a court composer to Marie Antoinette. He did all this as the illegitimate son of a French plantation owner and an enslaved woman. He was born on Christmas Day 1745 on the French colony of Guadeloupe in the Caribbean. His father was from a rich family and well-connected, knowing King Louis XV. Young Joseph grew up on the plantation, learning music and fencing until they moved to Paris when he was 10. With his father a personal assistant to the king, a 13-year-old Joseph was enrolled in an elite fencing academy where he showed exceptional skill. He became an officer of the King's Guard in 1764 at age 18. His physical abilities as a swordsman and horse rider were widely known, but he was also a dancer and often swam across the river Seine using just one arm. He had learned to play both the harpsichord and violin. It's believed that composer Jean-Marie Leclerc was one of his teachers, and in 1771, in his mid-20s, he was named concertmaster of Le Concert des Amateurs, an ensemble of more than 70 players in which amateurs sat beside professionals from the King's Royal Academy. He wrote many pieces, including a sonata for flute and harp, string quartets, symphonies, concertantes, and violin concertos. Soon he was named conductor of the orchestra, which became a more respected ensemble under his leadership. His name was floated for the position of director of the Paris Opera, but didn't succeed after two sopranos from the company made objections because of his race. The Chevalier continued composing and performing, including playing music with Marie Antoinette and in her court. He was a Freemason, and when the Concert des Amateurs ended in 1781, Bologne would lead a new ensemble, the Olympic Lodge Orchestra. It was this group that commissioned the 6 Paris symphonies of Franz Joseph Haydn. The Chevalier conducted their premiere in 1787. He organized a group in Paris called Société des Amis des Noirs, or Society of the Friends of Black People, and when the French Revolution began, he supported its aims of freedom and equality, joining the National Guard. He would become a colonel and led a regiment of 1,000 black and mixed-race soldiers that came to be known as the Saint-George Legion. But his close association with royals and aristocrats, plus an accusation that he had misused public funds, led him to be imprisoned by the Reign of Terror for more than a year. He was released in 1794. It's believed that he traveled to Saint-Domingue, what's now Haiti, in 1796 to take part in the revolt against slavery there. The last 2 years of his life, he lived alone in an apartment in Paris, and he died in June of 1799 at the age of 53. In the French colonies, slavery was abolished in 1794, but restored by Napoleon in 1802, undoing much of what the Chevalier was fighting for. That was part of the reason, along with ordinary racism, that it took so long for his works to be rediscovered. But in recent years, as his works are more frequently performed and his astonishing biography is becoming better known, that's changing. LA Opera recently performed Bologne's The Anonymous Lover from 1780. In 2001, a street in Paris that had been named for Antoine Richeponce, the man who as governor oversaw the return of slavery in Guadeloupe, was renamed the Rue de Chevalier de Saint-George. And a biopic from Searchlight Pictures called Chevalier hopes to bring his story and music to movie-going audiences.